Hello students, today we will be going over 4.2, Justifying Equations. This is found on page 79 in your yellow packet. So our objective says, I can justify steps to solving an equation using the algebraic properties. So we have to have those properties memorized. So if you haven't memorized them, let's get with the program. Okay, so the very first thing on all of our equations, no matter what, the very first thing you write for a reason is, hey, we're given this equation. So that's what we write here, given. Okay. Next, we say, what is the difference between here and here? So going from here to here, we see that there's no parentheses. So we're going to circle the difference. So here's the difference right here, from here to here. And so what did we do? Distribute the 4 through the parentheses. So I'm going to write over here, distributive property. Okay. Next, we're going to say what happened from here to here. Let's see. We had this 2 and this 8. Now, a common mistake that people make is they go 8 minus 2. There's not a subtraction sign in front of the 2. So when we add those two together, and again, they're on the same side of the equation, we're going to follow the equal sign all the way down like that. It's on the same side of the equation. This subtraction sign or negative sign will go with the 24. It does not go with the 2. So 2 plus 8 becomes 10. So whenever you're doing like that, simplifying, again, it's known as the substitution property. So we're going to write that in there. Okay. Then we say, what happens from here to here? Okay, let's see. Oh, we have a plus 24x here and a plus 24x here. So if we're adding the same thing to both sides of the equation, that is the addition property of equality. Okay, we go on to the next one from here to here. We say, what happened? Okay, we took the minus 24x and the plus 24x and we got rid of it, didn't we? Minus 24x and a plus 24x. So when you're combining things, again, you're really going to simplify, which when you simplify, it becomes substitution. So we write substitution property. Hopefully you can see that okay. Okay. All right. Then it drops out and we say, okay, the x's are gone. Does 10 equal negative 38? Now, when your variable goes away on both sides of the equation, 10 equals negative 38? Well, that's not true, is it? Then we write false. Okay, so if your variables drop out and it makes a true statement, it's going to be infinitely many solutions. But if it's false, such as 10 equals negative 38, then it's going to be no solution. And that's your solution to this equation is no solution. Okay. All right, that was so much fun. Let's do another one. Okay, we're going on to number 2. Remember, now, what's the first thing we write on all of these? Repeat after me. All equations for the reason start with given. What does it start with? I can't hear you. Given. Everybody write in given there. Okay. Next, we say, what happened from here to here? Well, we have a minus 10 and a minus 10. So what's that going to be? Subtraction property of equality. Okay, then we say what happened from here to here means we took the whole thing, 40 minus 10, and got 30, and plus 10 and minus 10 went away. So we simplified it, and when we simplify it, another name for that is substitution. So don't confuse it with subtraction. Substitution. We have to write out the whole word. And I should probably write out subtraction property of equality. Okay, all right. So we got, then what happened? We went from here to here. Oh, we divided by 15 on both sides. So that's going to be division property of equality. Okay. And then 30 over 15 went to 2, and 15 over 15 went to 1. We don't write it when it's just in front of the variable as a 1. So it's simplified. So that's going to be another form of substitution. Okay. Then having 2 equals x and x equals 2. We haven't talked too much about that, but when they just switch places, it's symmetric. So that's the symmetric property of equality, or just symmetric property. Okay, so again, symmetric is when you have 2 equals x and they just flip-flop places. Okay. All right, and you're done. We'll go ahead and do number 3. Whoops. We'll go ahead and go down here, do number 3. And what do I put in the first spot? That's correct, given. Everybody write given. Okay, then we say what happens from here to here? Okay, well the 2's gone, and that says 14. So we can see that you multiplied by 2 on both sides. So that's called the multiplicative property of equalities. Okay, and then we say what happened from here to here? Well, the 1 is missing, so it must have done plus 1. And whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other. So what did we do? Addition property of equality, that's correct. Okay, then we look and say, well, this is what happens next. 5y equals 15, and now it's just simply y. We must have divided by 5 on both sides. So that becomes division property of equality. And you're done with that problem. Okay, you can do the next 2 on your own, or the next one, and probably have some either on the back side or some out of the white packet. Oh, I think the back side is good. Okay, you can do this, students. You rock.